steal the money. The pansy had gotten wise somehow, so I had to kill him to cover my tracks.
On the arraignment calendar, People versus Edward Crane.
I was in a spot.
You are charged in a one-count complaint. It alleges as follows.
I called in Freddie Riedenschneider and signed the house over to him. He said he didn't ordinarily work that cheap, but he figured he owed me something since the last one hadn't played out.
How do you now plead?
We plead not guilty, Your Honor.
I tried to tell him the whole story, but Riedenschneider stopped me. He said the story made his head hurt, and anyway, he didn't see any way of using it without putting me on the hot seat for the murder of Big Dave.
Trial date is set for Monday a week.
He told me not to worry, though. He said he'd think of something. They put me on 24-hour death watch so that I couldn't cheat justice like they said my wife had done. But in front of the jury, they had it that Doris was a saint. The whole plan had been mine. I was a Svengali who had forced Doris to join my criminal enterprise. On and on it went. How I'd used Doris and then let her take the fall. That stuff smarted because some of it was close to being true. And then it was Riedenschneider's turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, citizens of Santa Rosa, we've just heard from the district attorney a rather lurid description of a truly despicable man.
I gotta hand it to him. He tossed a lot of sand in their eyes. He talked about how I'd lost my place in the universe,
The character drawn.
how I was too ordinary to be the criminal mastermind the DA made me out to be, how there was some greater scheme at work that the state had yet to unravel.
That simple.
And he threw in some of the old truth stuff he hadn't had a chance to trot out for Doris.
Look at these lines and see only the chaos of a work of modern art. And it is your job to look.
He told them to look at me, look at me close. That the closer they looked, the less sense it would all make.
Human. This barber.
That I wasn't the kind of guy to kill a guy. That I was the barber, for Christ's sake.
Is he a criminal?
I was just like them, an ordinary man, guilty of living in a world that had no place for me, yeah. Guilty of wanting to be a dry cleaner, sure, but not of murder.
Most specifically, this is the barber's dilemma. For he is modern man.
He said I was modern man,
He is your reflection.
and if they voted to convict me, well, they'd be practically cinching the noose around their own necks. He told them to look not at the facts, but at the meaning of the facts. And then he said the facts had no meaning. It was a pretty good speech, and even had me going, until Frankie interrupted it.
Oh!
What kind of man are you? What kind of man are you?
Move for a mistrial, Your Honor!
What kind of man are you?
Move for a mistrial!
Well, he got his mistrial, but the well had run dry. There was nothing left to mortgage. Riedenschneider went home, and the court appointed Lloyd Garraway, who threw me on the mercy of the court.
Your Honor, we plead guilty with extenuating circumstances.
It was my only chance, he said. I guess that meant I never had a chance.
Learned arguments of the defense. Certain facts have been clearly.
He wasn't buying any of that modern man stuff, or the uncertainty stuff,
established as fact.
or any of the mercy stuff
Man
either.
is a menace to society.
No, he was going by the book.